This is your girl Tysheen, and I'm back with another video. How you feeling today? How's your day going so far? I'm doing great. I can't believe it's getting dark over here, y'all. It is getting dark over here. It is 5 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock. 10 minutes to 5, y'all, and it's dark already. But yeah, so this one is top 20 most offensive jokes. So let's get started.
Pope Benedict. Incidentally, he's called Pope Benedict because he comes with a hollandaise sauce. Hang on, that's not a hollandaise sauce. Benedict! As head of the Catholic Church, Pope Benedict is the boss of every Catholic priest in the world. He's effectively king of the pedos. I read about a Catholic priest that exposed himself, so they defrocked him. They don't help themselves, do they? Well, they do, that's part of the problem.
Wetting your bed is embarrassing as a child, but as an adult, wetting a child's bed is mortifying. It's almost impossible to explain that shit away.
I spilled something. That's all I want to say. I spilled something. I was drinking something and it's... That is embarrassing.
In Palestinian passports under occupation, do they just put Israel? That joke is only there to test where the Guardian readers are sitting. No further questions, back to the knob gags.
Did you see the story about Gary Glitter? There was a GCSE music question about Gary Glitter. How bad's that? How bad's that? A GCSE music question about a Gary Glitter song. Because if there's one artist you don't want associated with the phrase, shh, turn over, you've got an hour.
Oh, I like how the way they did the stage. That's nice.
I should probably leave Glitter alone. He just wants to settle down and have kids.
I had a similar thing with Hurricane Sandy. You remember Hurricane Sandy that devastated the eastern seaboard of America? All I wanted to say was it was the worst thing to hit New York since those two planes. Possibly they got it right on that one.
A lot of people like to smoke cigarettes after sex, but you can't buy cigarettes until you're 16, so I have to get them for both of us. You think it's wrong I'm buying a 15-year-old girl cigarettes? You think it's wrong I'm fucking her? I'm kidding. Kidding does sound like a verb for child abuse, doesn't it? I'm kidding. Are you joking or touching kids?
That is offensive. Certain stuff, I know this definitely, he couldn't say all this in America because they would eat him alive. You know, British humor and American humor, there's some stuff that comedians would love to say, but they'll get bashed. Like, yeah, like look what happened to, what's his name? Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is one of those people that say some things that other people don't like to hear, and they be ready to cancel that man. But can you imagine what they'll do to Jimmy Carr? Can you imagine what they'll do to him here?
Treat them mean, keep them keen. You all heard that expression? Treat them mean, keep them keen. Treat them mean, you will keep them keen. If that was really true, if that really worked, treat them mean, keep them keen, wouldn't the Jews absolutely adore the Germans? Really? Really? A round of applause on a joke about the worst thing that's ever happened? Ever? Where do we go from there?
Has anyone in here ever tried any DIY? Give us a shout if you've ever tried any kind of DIY, yes? Yeah. Most everyone's tried. Can anyone who's ever tried DIY, hand on heart, tell me they don't have a little bit of admiration for the work that Fritzl did? It's not easy building stuff, is it? It's not easy to be a tidy workman.
It's not easy, but I enjoy it.
I'm not saying I approve of what he did down there.
But he built a cellar without his wife even fucking noticing. I'm just saying credit where credit is due. A round of applause for a Fritzl joke. You may be my kind of town. He was described in the Daily Express newspaper as the most evil man in Austrian history. Not even close.
Damn.
Hitler. I met an incredible girl on the internet. Smart, sexy, uninhibited. Of course, it turned out
He looks different right here. Look, like his face is look more rounder.
to be a 12-year-old paraplegic boy. I'll be honest, the sex was disappointing.
Damn.
Oh, I think we've reached a barrier there, haven't we? And we will laugh at that and nothing more. Well, fair enough. Right, well, I feel we've warmed up. Let's try...
I want to know, I'm curious. Have he said something that a lot of people hate him for? Comment below, because like I said, I'm not familiar with all of his stand-ups, but did he say something like that really like was in the newspaper and people was like upset with him? Like, did it ever get to that point? You know, that he said something that a lot of people was upset about. So comment below, let me know.
Try some properly offensive jokes, see how we get along. 99% of women kiss with their eyes closed, which is why it's so difficult to identify a rapist. Let's have a little time out there and discuss the rules of the gig. Feed line, punch line, I'll take care of that. And then you can either laugh, you can laugh and applaud, I'll be flattered and delighted, or you can go, ooh, in a disapproving stylee. What you can't do is...
Of course, most of the men will laugh, but not the females, because that's, woo, 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 whoa, whoa.
Laugh, applaud, then look round and go, whoa. Not having that. Let's give it a go. I saw a headline in the Evening Standard. It said, football rapist quiz. I thought, was that story or a competition? Why not suggest fucking in the disabled toilets? That's what they're for. That's why they've got that handrail for more exotic positioning.
He must have went in one of those stalls and was thinking about that. How? Who thinks of those type of things? The only reason why I like to use them, even though I shouldn't be using them, the only reason I like to use them because it has space. I don't like to be, I don't like to be closed in a tight space. So certain bathrooms are just too small, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want anything touching me. So that's the only reason why I use them. But who thinks of that though? Oh yeah, Jimmy.
Don't give me that look. In my defence, when I was in there, I was fucking a cripple. And I'm 90% sure it was consensual. How was it? Yeah. But that is Parkinson's for you. My girlfriend recently had a miscarriage. And it was doubly bad because I had to pay for it. That feels like we're getting somewhere. And I realise an abortion can be a very upsetting thing for a woman. But at the same time, who doesn't get a little confidence boost when they lose a bit of weight? Right, let me try and offend you.
Yikes. I wonder if that really happened or he's just playing around. Like, damn.
Right, when I was at school, a mate of mine got caught wanking in the showers. Nothing? Well, it ruined the school trip to Auschwitz. Here's the thing, I don't like swearing during sex. Who wants to hear that kind of language, especially from a child? Oh, the look you gave me there. You prefer a sweary kid, fair enough. This might offend some of you. People say...
I have to stop here. Whoa. I've seen a few clips of him, but y'all didn't tell me. I mean, this says the top 20 most offensive jokes. Yikes.
Smug, sanctimonious people, in my opinion, but people do say from time to time you hear them. Princess Diana should have been wearing a seatbelt. If she'd been wearing a seatbelt, she'd be here with us today. To those people I say this. I say, you try snorting cocaine off a cock in the back of a limo while wearing a seatbelt. You can't be fucking done. It's a brilliant job, this. It's lovely. You spend an hour and a half talking to people, telling them jokes, building up this...
I'm telling you, if he was in America, he wouldn't be able to say half of these stuff that he's saying. They would eat him alive. All his fans would have been like, poor Jimmy, no, Jimmy. Why are they doing this to you? But, yeah. See, a lot of comedians here, they don't have... well, back in the days, comedians was allowed to say certain things. It was different back then. But comedians today, try being a comedian and try to see if you could say certain things and think you could get away with it. You're not going to get away with it, because today we live in a very sensitive... this generation is very sensitive, I should say. This generation is very, very sensitive. They would... I don't think Jimmy would have a career here. They would do anything, everything in their power to get rid of him. Because like I said, here in America, other countries, humor is totally different.
Reservoir of goodwill. But then you're expected just to fuck off. It's a bit weird. With your permission, I'd like to piss away some of that goodwill. Yeah! On an unpleasant joke.
So that one person...
You know, sometimes I'll tell a joke that's a bit edgy, and I feel as an audience, you go, oh, that's a little bit close to the... Go on then, you. What are you like? I'd like to tell one now that'll make you go... Oh. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Well, it's a joke about love. Can love conquer all? Or do the practicalities of life get in the way? Well, a great example of this is May to December relationships. Relationships where there's a bit of an age gap. Can love conquer that divide? Or does life get in the way, the practicalities? There's probably as many different opinions as there are people in this room. Here's my opinion, for what it's worth. I think you know a girl is too young for you if you're having to make the aeroplane noise to get your cock in her mouth. Here comes the train into the tunnel. There's three things I liked about that joke. Firstly, I like the fact it's a bit edgy. I like edgy jokes. It's about as edgy as I'd want to be. Second thing I like about it, next time you're being intimate with your partners. I know you're sat there thinking, I think he's a bit too mature for that. He's thinking, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Third thing I like about that joke, probably later on tonight, maybe tomorrow or the next day, someone's going to say to you, oh, you're at a comedy show, tell us a joke. I guarantee you that is all you're going to be able to think of. And you'll fuck it up. I was fucking a child in the face. You were what, you fucking maniac? Do you want to come and visit us?
Jimmy, you're such a bad man. Jimmy. That's all I have to say.
Hospice, it's palliative care for teenagers. Yes, I do. I got that call about 6 years ago. I said, yeah, I'll go. I didn't know what some of those words meant. I thought it sounds all right, teenagers. I imagine that'll be fun. Now, it transpires, palliative translates to dying. And I found myself in a situation where I went, well, I've got to go. I've said I'll go. And thinking, this is going to be shit. Hand on heart, I thought, this is going to be fucking shit. But I said I'd go, so I'll go. So I went there with very low expectations. I thought, I'll be lucky to get through this without tearing up. I went there, it was genuinely, I couldn't believe what a fucking arsehole I am. Because it was genuinely inspirational. It was brilliant to go. If you get a chance to visit a hospice, go to a hospice. They're amazing. Because I don't know what inspires you, but I like that idea of carpe diem, living in the moment, now being where happiness is. And if you meet life-limited teenagers, they're having that because they're aware of how precious time is. And I think we often forget in our day-to-day lives. So it was amazing to go and to be around. I've been back many times since, and I'd recommend it as a thing to do. It's really fun. They don't want to be shut away. They want to be part of society. The thing that blew me away when I went there was an incident. So if I go out to get coffee before the show, if I go to Starbucks, obviously my coffee shop of choice. Similar views. But if I go out to get coffee before the show, right, if there's a group of 15-year-old girls in the coffee shop, they'll be really flirty with me, not because I'm some super attractive dude, but because I'm a celebrity and there's a cachet to celebrity in our society, for better, for worse. There just is, it's a fact. So I'm used to that kind of flirting in that context. I wasn't expecting it within the context of palliative care for teenagers in a hospice. There's a girl in there, she just turned 15, pretty little thing, and she's a massive comedy fan. And she had all the DVDs, seen everything on YouTube, like really into it. And she was really flirty, and really tactile. And I thought, what? All she wanted was a kiss. And I thought, well, where's the harm? She's going to be dead before she can testify. I can see you think that's bad, but I can make that worse with just 2 words. True story. It is a true story, it just happens to be about a different Jimmy. How do you make a gay fuck a woman?
Jimmy, why are you trying to... Jimmy.
Woman. Shit in her cunt. I know. Don't think I don't know, because I know. I know. There's no use giving me a look as if I didn't pay £25 to listen to this film. Because you did, and you know you did. Treat them mean, keep them keen. That's what they say, isn't it? Treat them mean, keep them keen. But I think you've gone too far if you're using a Stanley knife. Of course, a lot of women stay with their men, even if their men hit them. A lot of women will stay with their husbands, even if their husbands beat them. I tell you what they need. A slap. Where's your self-esteem? Silly cow. She was tiny. Of course, the thing people never say about domestic violence, and it strikes me as being just so very obvious, but people never say this about domestic violence, is just how fucking stupid it is. I mean, you're hitting your wife. It's your wife. You might as well key your own fucking car. Think about it. You don't like her now, you're not going to like her anymore with 2 black eyes and a bit of a face on, are you?
I never understood why would you hit somebody that you love. Like, if you have that much frustration in your body and your soul, go to the gym. Do some boxing somewhere. I don't know. I never understood that. Never understood. Why would you put your hands on someone that you love? Like, why would you want them to have a black eye, a broken nose, bloody face? That's the person you have to look at every single day. You know, I never understood that. Never understood.
There are places in the country where that's just a joke. I did that joke in Preston. It was like marriage guidance. It got a round of applause. Well, I thought it was a round of applause. It was actually people hitting their wives. I don't want to make a big deal of this, but I recently adopted a newborn African child. He was just £7 plus postage and packing. That's how they get you. If only they'd put holes in that box. And that is the joke, interestingly, that Richard Curtis said was a bit much for the comic relief gig.
His laugh. It seemed like a lot of British comedians have a very unique laugh. His laugh go, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Woo! I shouldn't be acting surprised because this says offensive joke. So a lot of these were definitely offensive. I know some people might get mad at me for cracking a smile or even laughing, but it's just jokes, people. But Jimmy's okay guy. He's funny. I'm sorry, he's funny to me. He is. You can't let things like this get to you. You know, I don't know. Like I said, we live in a sensitive generation, so it's like, I don't know. But yeah, so I will definitely be racking more of his stand-ups. Like I said, I did maybe 1 or 2. I'm not sure how many videos I did of Jimmy Carr. I think this might be my third video of Jimmy Carr. I would definitely continue more of his videos. So if you want to see me rap more of his videos, you definitely have to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see me rap more of his videos. And yeah, and I see I love you people. Y'all take care of yourself. Bye and peace.